As we stand here today on August 25th, 2025, the late summer sun still warms our faces. The days are long, beach trips, barbecues. It feels like autumn is a distant thought that we have plenty of time to prepare for. But I am here to tell you that something is shifting in the atmosphere, something that our most advanced weather models are just beginning to grasp. A change is coming. It is not the gentle transition into fall that we are all used to. It is something more abrupt, more severe. It requires our immediate and undivided attention. This isn't just another weather forecast. It's a critical warning that could affect millions across the United States and Canada. The data we are seeing points to an extraordinary weather event developing high above the Arctic Circle. It is a mass of intensely cold air, larger and more potent than anything we have seen for this time of year. This isn't a typical early frost or a few chilly mornings. We are talking about the potential for a full-blown, record-shattering cold wave that could descend upon North America much earlier than expected. Section 2. What is a cold wave? Understanding the Arctic blast. So, what exactly is a cold wave? Let's define it clearly. Not just a few cold days. A rapid, significant drop in temperature over a large area that persists. Think of it as an invasion of cold air. Temperatures well below seasonal averages, often accompanied by strong biting winds, creating dangerous wind chill. Cold waves begin far to the north in the Arctic. That mass of frigid air is normally held by the polar vortex, but sometimes the vortex can weaken, stretch, or even split, allowing dense Arctic air to sink and push southward. A river of Arctic air flows across Canada and the United States. Meteorologists often point to the jet stream for these events. A weak, wavy jet stream forms deep troughs that let Arctic air surge south, and that's the pattern developing this fall. When an extreme cold wave hits, its effects ripple through every corner of our society, disrupting life in ways we often take for granted. The most immediate and personal impact is on our daily routines and our safety. Simple tasks, walking to your car, waiting for a bus, become hazardous. The risk of frostbite and hypothermia rises, especially for children, the elderly, and outdoor workers. Schools may close to protect students. Our relationship with the outdoors shifts from recreation to significant risk, requiring careful planning and proper gear. Travel and transportation systems are often the first to grind to a halt. Cars and trucks struggle to start. Batteries lose power and fluids thicken. Roads turn to sheets of ice. Widespread accidents and highway closures follow. Airlines face massive challenges. De-icing is constant, and thousands can be stranded. The strain on infrastructure is critical. Our power grid is pushed to its absolute limit. Millions turn up thermostats. Demand for electricity and natural gas surges. The system can overload. Supply chains stall, store shelves go bare, and farmers face catastrophic losses. Echoes from the past. Lessons from historic freezes. Many of us remember the North American cold wave of February 2021. Devastating, especially in Texas. The state's power grid failed catastrophically, leaving millions without heat for days. The polar vortex event of January 2014 brought bone-chilling cold across the continent. Wind chills plunged to 50 and even 60 degrees below zero, in places colder than the South Pole. Going back further, the Great Blizzard of 1888 buried cities, paralyzed travel, and cost hundreds of lives. These events are case studies. They teach us about vulnerabilities in our grid, water, and personal preparedness. We now have advanced warning that previous generations did not. The question is, will we use this time wisely? So to really understand why this autumn cold wave is brewing, we need to look at the big picture of our planet's climate systems. The primary driver we're watching is something called a sudden stratospheric warming event. It might sound counterintuitive, warming actually causing extreme cold, but it's a well-documented process. High above the Earth's surface, the air over the North Pole can warm rapidly by as much as 50 degrees Celsius in a couple of days. This disrupts the polar vortex. Think of it as a spinning top that wobbles. Large lobes of intensely cold air can break free and sag southward, guided by dips in the jet stream. This isn't new, but the timing and intensity we're forecasting for this fall are what make it concerning. Another factor is the state of Arctic sea ice. In recent years, late summer sea ice has declined in extent and thickness. Open water absorbs more heat and releases it back into the atmosphere in autumn, which can create high pressure over the Arctic. This high pressure can act as a block, disrupting the jet stream and pushing cold air toward North America. It's a complex chain reaction. changes in the Arctic can have profound consequences thousands of miles away. Put these pieces together: sudden stratospheric warming, low sea ice, atmospheric blocking, and you get the recipe for a major cold outbreak. Our models show a strong consensus. That is why we can issue this warning with a high degree of confidence even weeks ahead. It's not guesswork, it's fundamental atmospheric science. What makes fall 2025 so alarming is its timing and its potential intensity. We typically associate severe Arctic outbreaks with the heart of winter, January or February. To see a record-shattering cold wave developing in late autumn is highly unusual. The element of surprise itself is dangerous. It can catch people, governments, and industries off guard. The models are not just showing a simple cool down, they show a plunge into deep, midwinter-like cold. We could see anomalies of 30, 40, even 50 degrees Fahrenheit below average. Imagine a city where the typical November high is 45 suddenly facing a high of 0. Such extreme cold arriving so early places stress on systems not designed for a fall freeze, from agriculture to energy grids. The geographic scale suggests cold air will spill across the Canadian prairies down through the American Midwest and potentially to the Gulf Coast. Resources could be stretched thin. A coordinated response is essential. With this serious forecast on the horizon, take action now to prepare your family and your home. Do not wait until the temperatures start to drop. Check insulation in your attic. Check insulation in your walls. Seal leaks around windows and doors. Have your heating system professionally serviced now, and change your furnace filter. Learn how to shut off your water main to prevent burst pipe damage. Assemble a comprehensive home emergency kit tailored for warmth and survival without power. Warm blankets, sleeping bags, multiple layers, hats, gloves, and scarves. 3 days of non-perishable food and plenty of bottled water. Battery-powered or hand-crank radio, prescription medications, and a stocked first aid kit. Personal sanitation items. Prepare your vehicles. Check the battery, antifreeze, tires. Weak batteries are common failures in cold. Assemble a winter survival kit for your trunk. Blankets, spare warm clothes, flashlight, compact shovel, ice scraper, jumper cables, sand or cat litter for traction. If stranded, stay in your vehicle. It's your best shelter. Make a family communication plan, designate an out-of-state contact, and know your community warming center locations. These steps can make all the difference. While individual preparations are crucial, building community resilience is equally important. Local governments must review and update municipal emergency plans now. Emergency managers coordinate with utility companies to identify stress points in power and water systems. Establish a network of public warming centers, churches, community centers, schools, and libraries. Communicate locations via local news, social media, and community websites. Sign up for local emergency alerts. Plan transportation for elderly and disabled residents. Ensure shelters are accessible. Organize outreach teams to protect unsheltered populations. Distribute blankets and coats. Expand shelter capacity. Foster neighbors helping neighbors. Volunteer networks, faith groups, and community organizations are essential. Create lists of vulnerable residents and assign volunteers to check on them by phone or in person. This is a shared challenge that will require a shared response. Mutual aid and regional coordination will be critical. No one should be left outside to face life-threatening cold. Look out for one another. Check on elderly neighbors and support your local preparedness efforts. We have looked at the science, reviewed the history, and discussed the potential impacts of this unprecedented autumn cold wave. Now it all comes down to this, a call to action. We have a precious window right now, in the calm before the storm, to prepare ourselves, our families, and our communities. Complacency is our greatest enemy. The time to act is not when the first snowflakes are falling. The time to act is today. Your first action? Stay informed. Check forecasts daily from trusted sources, your local meteorologist, the National Weather Service, and the Weather Prediction Center. Sign up for local emergency alerts on your phone. Share the information with family and neighbors. Go home and check your emergency kits, buy missing items, schedule your furnace inspection, and seal drafts. By being proactive, prepared, and compassionate, we can face this challenge head-on. We will continue to track this developing situation every step of the way and bring you the latest updates as we get them. Stay informed, stay prepared, and stay safe. Subscribe for updates and check the links in the description for official resources and detailed checklists.